maybe it's not in observing, but maybe in sharing in it. Like what I don't want to see is people I don't want it the like anthropologic colonizer mindset of watching these people or trying to qualitatively study these people's joy. But maybe it's in you having joyous experiences, identifying that after the fact, and then describing how it impacts you, or how it or being or breaking down that sort of farce of like scientist and community member or subject, or like in my case, doctor and patient. I'm a chronically ill person. I'm both at the same time. Like maybe it does mean throwing out the whole Western tradition and being in both spots at the same time. And maybe that's the only way you can see it enough because you're feeling it. I don't know. That's not an answer, but I do not think it can be captured using traditional methods because I think that those methods construct environments that are antithetical to experiencing joy.
Yeah,
I'm putting in the chat. I just really, before I get to you, Fatima, this article by Michelle Fine about representations and social responsibilities, and it's about qualitative research. But at the end of this research, at the end of the paper, they have this list of sort of the 10 things that researchers might want to do to ensure that, well, not to ensure, you can't ensure, so that you can help guide what your expectations are, how you don't want the work to be used, and knowing that people are going to take this and run with it, and here's going to come the validation, the first validated study, the first intervention, and all of that. I submit to you that I invite you to write another paper, a follow-up paper of what you don't want. Regarding this, I mean it. I mean it. I think that's important, and it would allow you to also sort of think and about the sort of contours of how do you contribute something that's ephemeral, as you say, Elle. I think that would be a great follow. So I'm just happy to give you all more work. Fatima,
yeah.
what do you say about these
Also, I leave
decolonization
every
question?
salon I leave with more work. If you pay attention, last time I led a salon, we left with this assignment. Every time I leave with the paper.
And you're welcome because of that. Look at this paper. You're welcome. But Fatima, what say you about
Yes.
decolonized, and getting away from this sort of traditional Western way that we do research and quantify and such?
Yeah, so I think where Chioma ended with the question is where we have to start, right? So if the goal is in fact to deepen relationships, then that's a totally different orientation towards understanding someone's joy, right? You're asking them, "Oh, you're joyful. What made you happy? Tell me more. Have you felt like that before?" You're asking all these deep questions because you actually want to be in deep relationship with them, right? That is completely different to me than a kind of surface level, I don't even know, like, can we recreate the conditions, right? Like yeah. And I think part of it is also because at a certain level of that deepening relationship, are you invested in some way in their joy, right? Are you along with them for the ride of having those conditions and recreating them and witnessing their joy, even if you yourself cannot be part of it. So I think that's the reorientation that we need.
Oh my God, I'm loving all of this.
And
This
also,
is now making
I
me
think
go on, Elle.
I think it requires us to trust in our subjects in ways that, like what you just described, which is not a study, not something I would call the study in the sense that it's done, but it would be a good way to approach this. It's almost like really you provide whatever they say is what they would want to have for to recreate those circumstances, and then you just trust them to be joyous and it's explain it to you in a way that feels right to them, and that's it. And that's all the probing you get. That and it's after the fact, or it's like adjacent to, but not like the whole point of it. I think that it sounds like the truest model of community-based participatory or research, whatever you want to call it, because they're not really. Yeah, that's I'm gonna stop there. But I love that, and I want to see it happen.
This as y'all are talking, I'm thinking about Patricia Hill Collins's 1991 Black Feminist Thought, because what she does is she lays out this whole sort of Black feminist ethics of research and what that would look like. And it's about community, it's about ethics of caring. And she contrasts it with this sort of what she calls it, I think she calls it Eurocentric masculinist knowledge. And so that's exactly also what you're describing here.